One of my most popular videos is how to hide the add to cart button on your Squarespace e-commerce store. Now, the reason why people may want to do this and you may want to do this is in a lot of stores, it's a get in touch to buy. So let's think of art, right? Often you're not going to buy like a $20,000 piece of art just by clicking add to cart and then checking out. What you're going to do is you're going to inquire. And then you're going to talk to a sales rep who's then either going to show you the piece in person or virtually, and then you'll probably send like a wire transfer. What you can't do on Squarespace natively is hide the quantity and hide the add to cart button. And so people find this really difficult. And they did find my video really useful. What Squarespace has done recently is they've changed a lot of the foundational code within the e-commerce selectors. So what happens is all the old code breaks, or not all of it, but some of it. So some of the old code will break. And what that means is a lot of my old tutorials are out of date. So I've had so many comments on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to hide the add to cart button and then hide that quantity selector right next to it. So on our website here, we're going to navigate to pages, and then we're going to go into a store. So, let's say you've set up your e-commerce store. You've got all of your items in here. We click in, and let's imagine this is a really expensive, Fabergé egg or something like that. You're not just going to buy a Fabergé egg. Is it Fabergé or Fabergé? I never know. Anyway, you're not just going to select, a few willy-nilly and then add to cart. You're going to get in touch. So I think the code from the last video still works in terms of creating the separate button, which is the contact button in here. But what I'll do is I'll show you how to do that anyway. First thing is going to be hiding this. So if I go into Google Chrome Developer Tools, which is Shift, Command, and C on my Mac, we will go down to Add to Cart. We'll hover over the button and we'll find this selector here. So let's just take a look at this. And I'm going to copy this code. And what I'm going to then do is I'm going to navigate down into custom code, custom CSS. And I'm going to paste that code in here. I'll open up some brackets and I'm going to put display, none, and just in case, we'll put it as important. It's not going to hide it yet because I haven't put a dot in front of it. Let me remove this, and that, there we go, should remove our add to cart button. Now, the quantity doesn't make any sense being here either. So what we need to do is just save this quickly, and then we'll go back into Chrome Developer Tools, and we're going to highlight all of this. So quantity plus the number selector. And what we have here, I'm going to paste, or copy, should I say, and then paste. So we put a comma to keep them separate. And then we're going to put a dot in front of this. And we're going to get rid of this. And now you can see both the add to cart and the quantity selector are hidden. Now, if you only want to do this on certain products, what we'll do is we'll take this out of the CSS and then we're going to go and edit the product itself. So edit product. And then in additional info, what we're going to do is insert a code block. So click on this and then we're going to say style. So we're going to give ourselves some style tags like so. And then inside the style tags, we're going to paste our code. And if I could type, I would close the style tags here. So close that out and we're going to save. And what you'll notice when we exit is that it's gone here as well. Now, you can leave it at that if you want. Yeah, that's fine. But usually you're going to want to create like a faux button in here. So what we'll do is we'll go back into the product. So just to navigate pages, store, find the product you want to add your button to. I think it was the Sky Planter. Yeah. So click the three dots, click edit, and then we're going to add text for a button. So I'll give it a bit of space and then I'll say inquire now. We'll make this bold, and then we'll give it a link, and let's just say that goes through to contact. Okay, great. Now what you could do is you could leave it at that, and that is going to take the visitor through to the contact page, or we can do a little bit of styling. So let's go back. We'll go into custom code again, custom CSS, and then what we'll do is we'll say strong, which is bold, and then A, which is a link, and in our squiggly brackets, we'll put a border around this. So border, we'll say solid 1px. Now you can color this. I might need to change this around. So I'll put A then strong. There we go. That was a bit of a whoopsie, but we're there. So put the border, and then what we want to do is we want to give it a bit of padding. So padding, and then we'll say 10px. How about that? Okay, great. I actually don't think we need important there. Now we have, to all intents and purposes, a nice button. If you want to go a step further, then we can put a hover state on this. So let's say inside of here, we'll put and hover, open up some new brackets, and then we'll say background, and you can choose the color. I'll put white. Let's see. There you go. Goes white. And if you want, you can change the actual color of the text. I'll make this black. Actually, no, black wouldn't make sense, would it? I will swap them around. So background, color, and you can see we now have a nice hover effect. So basically, that was a really funny way of saying that. But basically what we're doing here, hover, we're just changing the background color. So I'm changing it to black. You can change it to whatever you want. And the color changes the color of the text. So again, you can swap those. If you want to make the border a specific color, you could change this. I mean, I could literally just say red, and you can see it's got a red border that will stay. And then if you want to change the padding, you can make that maybe not 120px, but you can make it 20px. And then if you want to control all 4 areas, you can do so like this. So you can have different padding for different parts of the button if you wish. So hopefully you found that useful. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and hit subscribe. And if you want me to build your Squarespace website, you can get in touch using the links in the description.